Welcome back to another album ranking video, and in this one we are counting down the top 10 heavy metal albums in my collection. Now I know this is going to be controversial because I don't have every album by every band, and there's certainly some bands that I don't have any albums of, and you'll notice when I get to the end of the list who they are, so please let me know in the comments below. But I went through my collection and I tried to pick one album from each band, and then I'm just ranking them from 10 to 1. So we're just going to kick off here straight into it. First band here I have are Audioslave. So a lot of people might not consider this band metal, but if we talk about what I consider metal, okay, we're talking about fast rhythms, we're talking about really heavy drums, heavy guitars, usually riff laden. Sometimes there's some sort of guitar solo or virtuosity there, but doesn't always have to be the case. And then the vocals, there has to be screaming or shouting or really aggressive vocals for heavy metal, in my opinion. So I'm putting this one in at number 10. Cochise, to me, if that song is not heavy metal, I don't know what is. There's also stuff like Show Me How to Live, which is another brilliant song. What You Are, again, fantastic. I know there's some slower tracks on this album, but in my opinion, I think it deserves to be at number 10 on the list, the debut album from Audioslave. So we'll stick this in here. Okay, coming in at number 9, a band that I'm not really a big fan of. I like some of their tracks, but I don't really agree with their lyrical content and stuff on their albums. So yeah, I have respect for some of their guitar work and their drum work, but that's pretty much it. So I think I have to stick them in because I only have one album by the band. It is, of course, Slayer, and it's Rain and Blood, and this is the only album I own by the band, and I'm going to stick it in at number 9. So yeah, look, I think we'll move on swiftly from there. The next band on the list are going to represent the nu metal genre, and these are probably the only band that represent that genre on this list. So when I'm talking about nu metal, I'm talking about beats and samples and DJing and hip-hop, rap and all that type of stuff, in addition to the heavy guitars and the heavy drums. So for me, probably the best nu metal album of all time is Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory. So I'm sticking this one in at number 8 on my list. So probably upsetting a lot of people so far, but let me know in the comments what you think of this list and what would you have as your top 10 heavy metal albums of all time. Great if you have them in your collection, let me know, but if you don't have them in your collection, that's okay. Just let me know in general what your top 10 would be. Okay, moving on here to number 7, and it is a Los Angeles heavy metal band called Avenged Sevenfold. I have 3 of their albums, and I've chosen this one, City of Evil. It's probably the heaviest of the 3 I have. It's got Beast and the Harlot, it's got Burn It Down, Backcountry, Seize the Day, Sidewinder. Great guitar on this one, rhythm and lead from Sinister Gates and Zaki Vengeance. Great vocals on this one as well by M Shadows. So yeah, I think they're a decent band and they deserve to be in here on this list. So City of Evil is going in at number 7. Okay, going in at number 6, I have this album here from Audioslave. Okay, what is it called? Bad Motorfinger. Yeah, I knew the tracks in it, but I couldn't remember the album name. I love the cover. It's a great cover, but the great songs, or the great metal songs on this one for me are Outshine and Jesus Christ Posed. Rip your face off. Drums are loud, guitar riffs are unbelievable, and of course Chris Cornell's voice is just through the roof on this one. We've also got Slaves and Bulldozers, Rusty Cage, Searching With My Good Eye Closed, Room 1,000 Years Wide. This is a great album. I love this album, and it's really heavy. Of course, produced by Terry Date. So for me, that's going in at number 6 in my list. Okay, we might be getting onto familiar territory now for a lot of you metalheads out there, so stick with me. Coming in at number 5, it is of course a Black Sabbath album, but I don't have this one. I don't have Volume 4, actually don't own it yet. And I don't have Sabotage or Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, so I had to choose this one, Master of Reality, their 3rd release. This one has, of course, Sweet Leaf, Children of the Grave, and Into the Void. Absolutely brilliant stuff from Sabbath on this. So yeah, look, Sabbath were a massive influence on heavy metal, and I think they are a heavy metal band. I think heavy metal goes beyond just the you know, Iron Maiden stuff and all that, like Judas Priest, Saxon, Diamond Head. I think heavy metal goes beyond that. I think it was a whole movement and genre, but like people put a label on it, but it started with Black Sabbath and even Deep Purple, and to a lesser extent Led Zeppelin, in my opinion. But Black Sabbath are making the list, Deep Purple and Led Zeppelin aren't. Okay, coming in here at number 4, undeniably heavy metal, Judas Priest, and I've chosen the album British Steel. I think this is a great album. It's the only album I own by Judas Priest, but it's got like Rapid Fire Metal Gods, Breaking the Law, an absolute classic, Grinder, Living After Midnight, The Rage, Stealer. You know, great album here. Again, dual lead guitars, Glenn Tipton and KK Downing. Great vocals on this one from Rob Halford. So yeah, I'm putting this one in at number 4 on my list. Okay, so we're into the top three heavy metal albums in my collection. Okay, so coming in at number 3, I have Ace of Spades from Motorhead. Absolutely classic album. You know, the title track alone, it's worth the money for that. But yeah, Lemmy and Fast Eddie Clarke and Filthy Animal Taylor, these 3 guys, along with Black Sabbath, invented heavy metal. Just the pure speed and aggression that these guys played at was unbelievable, and it influenced the next 2 bands on my list, but it also influenced so many more bands. So yeah, Motorhead, well deserved in there at number 3 with Ace of Spades. So let's stick that up there. Okay, coming in at number 2, the band is Megadeth and the album is Rust in Peace. Absolutely brilliant, and I love the cover of Vic Rattlehead there with all the leaders back in 1990. Yeah, so of course we've got Dave Mustaine. He's the leader of this band. Some people call it Mega Dave, but yeah, you know, Nick Menza, Dave Ellefson and Marty Friedman. This arguably the classic Megadeth lineup on the back there, looking very moody. Of course, this album is a concept album all based around war. We start off with Holy War is the Punishment Due. And then we go into Hangar 18, Take No Prisoners, Five Magics, Poison Was the Cure, Lucreta, Tornado of Souls, one of Megadeth's best guitar solos in that one, Dawn Patrol, and then Rust in Peace, Polaris. I actually caught Megadeth on the 20th anniversary tour of this album in 2010 when David Ellefson rejoined the band, and they were absolutely fantastic. So Rust in Peace is coming in at number 2 for me. Okay. So I only chose an album from each band. I couldn't choose more than one album from each band. I know I've got Soundgarden and Audioslave down there, so technically Chris Cornell is on the list twice. But the number 1 band couldn't really be anyone else, had to be Metallica. And the album I've chosen, as it's really a heavy metal album, and again, it's such an influential album. You know, it was pioneering, and it had such a massive influence on what came after it. It is, of course, Master of Puppets. This is the quintessential Metallica album. It has probably their best music on it. It's probably the best produced of their metal era albums, and I think it's well deserving its place at number 1. We've got Battery, you know, trash metal, just 101 there. Master of Puppets, of course, Thing That Should Not Be, Sanitarium, Disposable Heroes, Leper Messiah, Orion and Damage Inc., produced by Metallica and Flemming Rasmussen, released in 1986. But for me, this is the best heavy metal album in my collection. So we'll just run through them again. We start here with Audioslave's debut album coming in at number 10. At number 9 is Slayer with Rain of Blood. Number 8 is Linkin Park with their debut album Hybrid Theory. 7 is Avenged Sevenfold with City of Evil. 6 is Soundgarden's Bad Motorfinger. 5 is Black Sabbath's Master of Reality. 4 is Judas Priest, British Steel. 3 is Motorhead's Ace of Spades, should I say. 2nd is Megadeth's Rust in Peace. And number 1 is Metallica's Master of Puppets. I'm sure there's loads of people out there that are going to disagree with this ranking. Please let me know in the comments below. What would you include? What would you get rid of from this list? Just to bear in mind, I don't have any Iron Maiden albums. I don't have any Pantera albums. I don't have any Anthrax albums. Hence the reason those bands haven't appeared here. But please let me know in the comments below. Is there any other glaring omissions, or is there any of these albums that you would consider shouldn't be in the top 10? I'd love to hear your comments. If you liked the video, stick a like on it. And if you could also subscribe, and I will talk to you on the next one. Bye for now.